ABC 10 News at 7 starts now.
Tighter COVID-19 restrictions could be coming if we don't change our behavior. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt. Steve has the night off. ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo was live with a stern warning from the county this afternoon. Laura?
Kimberly, Dr. Wilma Wooten says these numbers are just too close for comfort. Now, moving into that purple, more restrictive tier wouldn't happen overnight, but it would happen if the numbers stay the way they are for 14 consecutive days. Now, county officials say the most concerning increases have happened within the last 48 hours, although the increases aren't tied to one specific outbreak. Now, according to county numbers, the unadjusted county case rate was 6.9 in just six days ago, and now it is up to 7.8. Moving into the purple tier would mean more restrictions and closures for many non-essential indoor businesses. Now, county officials said that San Diegans can stop this from happening if we follow all of the health guidelines.
Again, it would have an impact on our small businesses, and you know what I think is important is not having them open, close, and so what we're doing here is fighting to maintain the tier status where we are. In the ideal world, we'd be anticipating, are we descending into a lower tier?
Now, county officials say the best way to slow the spread of COVID is what we've been hearing since March: to wear a mask, to avoid indoor gatherings, and to stay home if you are sick. Again, county officials stressing the importance that as we head into the weekend, it is up to San Diegans to make sure that they follow these guidelines to keep those numbers from getting even higher. Reporting live, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
A critical time for the county. Thank you, Laura. Here are the latest numbers. The county reported 311 new cases today, bringing our total to just over 51,000. There were also 3 new deaths, bringing that total to 850. Despite opposition, the Vista Unified School District decided to bring students back for in-person learning next week. ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala explains the pushback from some who say the plan is risky.
I think we need to find another solution so that they can have the best of all worlds.
Longtime educator Elizabeth DeBoer has a granddaughter in the Vista Unified School District. She favors bringing students partially back to school in person, but says the district's plan to have classrooms at normal capacity is just too risky.
I think there are many other alternatives that they could investigate to bring the students back without jeopardizing their health, their parents' health, the health of the teachers.
Her granddaughter, who's in 5th grade, will continue with virtual learning for now. Despite some teachers and parents rallying against the district's plan Thursday, the board moved forward with bringing kids back on October 20th. In a meeting, they heard from people on both sides.
My name is John Murphy, and I am speaking tonight in support of in-person teaching that will start October 20th. We are told to go back into the classroom in the middle of a pandemic. That makes no sense to me.
District Superintendent Dr. Matt Doyle told ABC 10 News in a statement that last month, the board approved a memorandum of understanding with the Vista Teachers Association for school reopening. But the association claims the current plan goes against what was agreed upon. A petition was started calling for changes. While the district has safety measures in place like requiring face masks and cleaning, all classrooms will have the normal amount of students enrolled, and student seating arrangements will be less than 6 feet apart.
I would hope that the district would take a look at some of the other solutions that have happened around.
Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
The president of the Vista Teachers Association says they're disappointed with the lack of concern expressed at last night's meeting. The association is holding an emergency board meeting to determine next steps. The Alpine Union School District jumped into action after learning about its first COVID-19 case. A student tested positive at Boulder Oaks Elementary yesterday morning. The district says it immediately began mapping out all the interactions the student had since Monday. The school was able to determine 10 students and 2 staff members were exposed. The district says its contact tracing was effective because students were asked to stay in their groups.
We were able to track their entire day because we've assigned locations for lunch, We've assigned restrooms to use. We know when they went to the health office.
The impacted students and staff are quarantining at home for 14 days. More coronavirus troubles on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt. 2 sailors on board have tested positive and are now self-isolating off the ship. The aircraft carrier was conducting training off the coast of San Diego and is expected to return to port soon. A mass outbreak aboard the Roosevelt affected 5,000 sailors last spring and led to the captain being removed. Breaking news now, a house in Escondido that caught fire overnight is burning once again. The home on Villa Rancho Parkway reignited late this afternoon. The initial fire early this morning displaced a family of 4 and killed one of their cats. It appeared to be knocked down hours ago, and it's not clear yet what caused it to start back up. Crews will work into the night to put it back out. And there's new concern the wildfire danger in San Diego will grow this fall. As you saw on World News, the National Weather Service updated its forecast, saying La Nina is very likely. ABC 10 News reporter Leah Pizzetti looks at what that means for fires and the return of drought.
NOAA's new winter forecast is out and a La Nina winter is expected.
You know, the La Nina means a drier winter for much of California, especially Southern California.
We're already seeing cold water along the equator. This has a domino effect on our global patterns. It means more hurricanes in the Atlantic, which we've already seen, and it means our jet stream along the west coast is pushed north. This is what brings us our storms, so this means a warm and dry winter is expected.
It's difficult times in terms of the extremes, obviously, with temperature, dryness, fire weather, and now the forecast of, a drier winter.
National Weather Service meteorologist Alex Tardy says this is a dangerous combination when looking at our past. The last winter was fairly wet. The rain helped water vegetation, then that dried out during this past hot and dry summer, and that means fire risk is high now.
Any type of fire is going to be a problem in Southern California because the conditions are so dry.
And the risk will continue until we see some rain. But this October marks the beginning of a new water year, leaving the most recent wet winter behind.
So regardless of what happened last winter, we've kind of reset now. Now we're in a whole new year. And unfortunately, things are looking very stressed in terms of fire weather conditions.
And the warm and dry winter expected could lead to drought conditions returning to Southern California. Leah Pizzetti, ABC 10 News.
As you heard, La Nina winters are known to be warm and dry, but it doesn't mean that rain is totally out of the question. Meteorologists hope for storms as soon as possible to help with the dry fuel. And heat was certainly a reality for us today. Meteorologist Angelica Campos is joining us with a look at the end of our heat wave. Angelica?
Hi, Kim. Yes, absolutely. Very, very hot across the entire state. Everybody feeling the heat. In Northern California, already extremely dry as we start the new rainfall year. Today, we broke a record, yes, in Poway. We also tied records in Escondido and also in Ramona. San Diego stayed right around 83 degrees. And at this hour, the temperatures are looking a lot more comfortable. 79 degrees in Poway, 80 in Alpine. It is still very dry across the East County, but this is what it looked like this afternoon in Cardiff. We're expecting foggy conditions into tomorrow. We'll have more on that coming up.
We'll see you then. Thank you, Angelica. The city of Coronado is reminding people trying to beat the heat at the beach to watch out for stingrays. The city tweeted out this picture today of someone who was stung. Lifeguards treated 25 people stung by stingrays yesterday, another 20 today. Lifeguards say you should always shuffle your feet in the water to let stingrays know you're there. And the unemployment rate in San Diego County is now 9%. That's a half point less than the previous month. According to the Employment Development Department, our county added more than 11,000 jobs from August to September. But we are still in a big hole compared to a year ago when our unemployment rate was just 2.9%. The county has lost 117,000 jobs since the pandemic.